Save by the bell.
Right, you're good to go.
Okay, it's now 4:31 PM and we're ready to begin the Madison College Student Senate General Assembly on Thursday, September 5th. Sorry. Okay, now we call for roll call.
Roll call starts now. Executive Council President Brito,
Here, present.
Vice President Administration and Finance Top President. Vice President of Legislative Affairs Hashmi.
Present.
Vice President of Team Development Salifu.
Present.
Vice President of Public Relations Mikosha.
Absent.
Vice Co.
Present.
Cross Campus Center Avila. Center Avila.
He said he's present online.
Center Kamara.
Present.
Center Sierra Brunner.
There was a statement from Stacy, so I think at this point, just put absent, and if she checks in, we can put late.
Senator Jacobson. Senator Drew.
Present.
Senator Mayer.
That's Daniel.
Senator Mayer.
We're gonna go.
Not seeing him.
Yeah,
And
we're gonna
you heard
go-
nothing from him?
I know he said he would be here as well, so.
Okay, well, we can put absent for now. We'll change it if he comes.
Senator Wilkin.
Present.
Move to regional and metro campuses senators. Portage Senator Crowder.
I actually didn't hear anything from her either, but I have a feeling that she forgot with the change, but that's okay. Let me see if I can get her to come. Put absent for now. I'm just gonna text her.
Reedsburg Senator Stacy Brunner.
Here.
Fort Atkinson Senator Burks.
Present.
Goodman South Senator Bissonnette.
Present.
Overman.
Thank you very much. Okay, so welcome to our General Assembly meeting of Madison College Student Senate. This is a public meeting. It will be recorded for transparency, record-keeping purposes. We're going to cover a few basic items before beginning. If you lose connection at any point during the meeting, you can reconnect by clicking the link or calling number in original email. To senators and other members online, please activate your video. Keep it on for duration of the meeting. So everyone who's online, turn your video on. Or we're going to change you to just half a point for not being present. That's the new rule. Okay, Maggie, can you hear us? Can you turn your video on? Well, maybe we can type it on the chat.
How do you do it?
Okay, we will have conversations about this. Do it if you can, and if you can't right now, we're gonna have a conversation, but we'll have to talk about it afterwards. So it looks like Stacy or Sierra Can't, so we'll work with that. Maggie, can you turn your video on? Okay, we'll just move on at this point. Talk to her afterward, but for her, it's half point.
I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. Unless she turns it on reasonable time. Okay, use the raise hand feature when you'd like to be recognized to speak, ask questions, or request a roll call vote. As chair, I'll do my best to call on committee members in the order in which hands are raised. Lowering your hand will take you out of the queue. Okay, don't do anything for there. At this point, can you pull up the minutes advisor and
Yep.
we can take a look at them? This is from 8/22. You may or may not remember that. Some of you weren't there. That was our last meeting in the summer before we did our team development meeting, which was really fun. We posted to Instagram to the tune of Chapel Run. So just take a look at that. The basic stuff's up at the beginning. But we can scroll over to the content that was discussed. There's from some of the stuff from the honors program research with Dr. Julia Hasley, I think you say her name, and then Dr. Marco and Dr. Michelle as well. A lot of no reports for that basic stuff. Then down there, you'll see that we voted in a senator, not here right now, but that's okay. During 9/11 flag display, postponed the summer presentation. And that's basically it. At this point, do we have a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion.
Motion to approve by Senator Bissonnette. Any second? Second by VP Hashmi. Okay, at this point, thanks, Angel. At this point, we can now take a vote of unanimous approval. If no one's opposed, then this motion can pass right away. Is anyone opposed to approving the minutes? Hearing none in 3, 2, 1. Okay, motion passes to approve the meeting minutes. At this point, we can take a motion, or sorry, we can look at the agenda real quick. Basic stuff you'll see at the beginning, the structure was there. We did remove the team development question because we have a really fun presentation that we're all going to talk about. So go ahead and scroll down. So you'll see there's the summer showcase presentation from last time. We're going to have a little conversation about rules for respectful engagement, discussion about office hours, 9/11 flag display. We're going to talk about looking ahead as we do our committee meeting stuff. Cole's going to take a poll of the WSG stuff. And then we're all going to take some time to meet with our committees individually and figure out a time so we can get that set up for next week, hopefully. Does that sound good to everyone? Yeah. Okay. So at this point, do we have a motion to approve that?
Motion.
Motion by Senator Bissonnette, second by Senator Wilkin. Thank you so much. At this time, you can do a vote by unanimous approval. If everyone's okay with us approving it, sorry, no one's not okay with it. Okay, if everyone's okay with it, we can just go ahead and pass it. Is anyone opposed to this? That's what I meant to ask. Hearing no opposition in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Agenda passed. This is what we'll be discussing throughout the remainder of the meeting. At this point, public comment. Cole, did we get anything from between yesterday and today?
We have no
So
public.
we have no public comment scheduled and nothing in between from when this meeting minute was scheduled. At this point, if there's any disclosures or recusals, if anyone has any partnerships, affiliations, associations, ownerships of anything related to any of the business items up for discussion, speak now. Otherwise, we're not discussing any bills or resolutions, so whatever you have is probably not impactful. Hearing nothing? Okay, we can move on to the agenda. So starting with reports from officers, advisors, standing committees, executive council and president report. Our executive council met this week. We appointed some people to certain positions and we're gonna have a discussion later on about, the last positions that you were in. We're gonna talk about shared governance and I guess we can just talk about it now. So what's happening is that the shared governance structure is currently being suspended and as they work on and decide how things are gonna work on in the future, shared governance is gonna kind of be in like a suspended state where they're going to come back in November or late October with how things are going to be set up. And then they are going to run elections for which shared governance councils do exist. and they'll probably have their first meetings sometime in like late November, early December. So if you were appointed to one of those, which some of you were, which I didn't email you yet because we didn't know what was going on, but I'll be messaging you. Sylvia, you were appointed to student affairs like you wanted. Yulon was appointed to college assembly and so forth. Some other people were appointed to other places. Angel, you got your IT, so you can continue doing that. We trust you, buddy. So that was good. Otherwise, there is a discussion about how modalities of classes are experiencing. Has anyone, experienced some classes that have been shifting to online that you've had different from in person that you couldn't get into? I think we talked about it. No, did we not talk about that? Okay, well, me and Mac talked about it, talked to Lando about some of your online class opportunities. So that's one thing that I've been looking at. I did obtain some data from the registrar that we'll go over. We might have a presentation from certain people, potentially Goldberry, after we look into some of the data on that. But that's one thing that we're looking into. We want to continue our textbook discussion and talk to the people from the textbook affordability committee, see if we can include language in on that and how that affects the budget. And the other thing that we're looking at is stipend increases. I know Haya is very excited about that. And we'll see if we can get that discussed to the SAB. At least it's on the topic of conversation at the SAB. So that's something that Mia Yilong, Lando, and potentially Annette will be talking about when she comes back. So yeah, that's definitely in conversation. But otherwise, at this point, the thing to think about is we have a conversation later about the committee times, which is scheduled later on the agenda. So thank you very much, and I think that's my time. Any questions about any of those things? Hearing none, we can move on. So Administration Finance Committee, VP Tao, anything on the works?
We are still trying to schedule a meeting time for the finance committee. Currently, we plan to have a Monday evening time scheduled, and we're still working on that, and that's all.
Okay, thank you. And any questions for Yilong? No? Okay, well, there will be time. I did send out the email to everyone on the finance committee. You can work on the time thing. Yep, Lando's there. So Lando, you got the email? Perfect. Okay, that's great. So that's what we're talking about. Our new senator, Daniel Mayer, is that correct? Like John Mayer? Okay, perfect. So, yep, he came here and so we'll change your record. Just for the record, it's his first time. So I think we can, if you're okay with that, yeah. So normally it does begin at 4:30. Is there a conflict that prevents you from coming?
Yeah, I was running late from the west side, so.
Okay, well, we'll keep you for now, but we'll just talk about like timing and stuff like that. So this is your welcome. Everyone gets some free passes here since you're new. So we'll keep that. But this is the general agenda, which you saw in some of your meetings, and we're just running through that. So continue on, Legislative Affairs Committee, VP Hashmi.
Yeah, so as Kai stated that, we're going to be holding our, legislative council meetings on Thursdays afternoon. I just wanna, with Cameron and Ibrahima and who's the third one?
Maggie.
Margaret.
Margaret, yeah.
I just wanna work on the exact time that we could do that. Thursdays afternoon, and
Which
we
you
can
would
discuss
work
that. And that work for you Thursdays afternoon? You can tell me.
We'll have time. So
Yeah.
think about it. We'll think of a
Yeah, yeah.
literal time where you all meet together and decide on that time. So, but anything else that you have on the horizon? You took a look at the WSG schedule, right?
Yeah, the WSG schedule, yeah, so it's on Friday and I'm still like, I do have some assignments to do that for the WSG. But, I do have my class lab conflict with the WSG meeting, so I am looking to work with Kai and Cole to appoint someone on behalf of me,
That'll be Cameron. So
Cameron.
you're set on that. So don't you worry. Anything else?
That was all.
Okay, perfect. We'll talk about more later. Team Development Committee, VP Salifu.
Okay, so for our meeting, it is Lydia, Annette, Sarah, and Ibrahima, I believe,
So we just.
if I'm not wrong. And then we decide, because I know Hassan says, I know I'm confused. Is Ibrahima Hassan coming?
I'm confused too.
Oh, sorry. What did it say?
He said Hassan, Cameron, and.
Oh, we'll talk a little bit about that later. He is officially on your committee, I believe.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, So because I already talked with them and we decided to meet on Monday from 4:30 to 5, because it's 30 minutes weekly.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, yep, and remember, any extra time beyond that counts as office hours, so.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, thank you. And nothing else? Okay, cool. And I did send the email that talks about like the things to do this semester, so I'll try to come to your first meeting and then we can talk about that, what we did last year, just to make things a little easier for you, so it's not like that, so. Don't worry about that. Okay, moving on. Public Relations Committee, VP Magosha, not present at the moment, and advisory report. Do you want to start with that part of it, or? Okay, yeah, okay.
Appreciate it. So my report's pretty quick. So as was stated by President Brito, with the suspension, the potential suspension of the shared governance councils, we will be trying to identify, once it's up and running, that there were two councils that nobody had selected to represent. And so we will figure that out as we get closer. We are also collecting, I've been in contact with 2 of the 5 councils that will be in operation. And reaching out to them to understand date, time, and modality of meetings, so that when we do assign y'all, you can have that information available. As one of the main things with shared governance, and we have received feedback from senior level admin that we said it appoints people, but folks don't show. And so we will give you all information available at the time, so that when we do assign you, because you do choose to which one to be on, and it will be present. For the modality of meetings, just a reminder to please let me know how you will normally be attending our GA meetings. And it's simply which one you'd be at the most or the most easy for you. So if you are always, somewhere outside of Madison, most likely virtual, tell me virtual. If you're here today and you plan to be here for most meetings in person today, just let me know that. Stuff changes, I totally get that. But we just want to track the general sense, because we do have to have a record of that for our constitution. And lastly, is just one-on-one meetings for all general senators. I'm trying to meet with you all once a month. I've scheduled the bulk of those, but I am still missing some of y'all. So please get in contact with me. I met with some of y'all already. I met with Sylvia today. Super easy meeting, more or less just want to get to know you and kind of make sure that we're aligning the goals that you want to achieve during this year with Senate and how they can work in harmony with each other. So those are my big things. Are there any questions for me? Seeing none, I yield.
Okay, perfect. We can move on to reports from special and select committees. So looking at Student Activities Board, the big update from that is that we'll be having our first meeting on 9/20, which is more of a leadership retreat. Is all students then invited to that?
Yes, so any and all student leaders from student organizations are invited to attend.
Okay, so here's the announcement. I guess, did you send it out to everyone yet, or?
Everybody's gotten an invite. Everyone will
Okay.
get an email tomorrow, but
Great.
quick mention it.
Okay, yeah, the quick mention is that we're all invited to take part into like a mini leadership type retreat with all other student organizations and other student leaders within our school. So we'll be doing fun things like we did at the Senate training. So we won't quite be doing the high ropes course, but yeah, we're gonna be doing some team events. And no one's getting rope burn that day, so we'll all be safe and sound on the ground for that one. So that'll be fun on 9/20, but otherwise our student activities board meetings will be every single Friday, as long as we have things to discuss, from 1:30 PM to 3:30 PM. And the things we'll be discussing is updates to the bylaws. What we're looking at is talking about the role of putting money towards academic programming. From last year, you may remember the big discussion about whether or not we should pay $10,000 of student activities fees to the virtual reality patients program. And I was strongly against it. It was very divided in the SAB and in Student Senate. It narrowly passed each time with the president pushing it over, but I'm continuing the initiative. And Powell actually agreed. They just didn't want it. Their whole thing was that they didn't want to get rid of it and like basically leave a whole program out to dry for a semester. So we used $10,000 of student activities fees to pay for a program to have it their their staff paid and for their like their equipment paid for, which I don't really think is necessary. And apparently they agreed with me. So I think that we're going to codify that rule so we don't come into that scenario ever again where a program's asking us to use student funds to keep it afloat, especially when they're saying things like, I'm a taxpayer too. This is where I think we should have our funds like that. I don't know. I didn't appreciate that, but this is our funds and we get to decide how we want to use them. And I really think that, it's not meant to be for that. So that's the rules we're having for. If anyone has any questions, message me or you can ask right now. I don't know. I feel like some people do understand the discussion.
What's the vote?
Sorry.
What was the final vote?
It ended up being, each time it was a tie, both in Senate and in SAB, and Giovanni said, let's not change things, so it's fine, I mean, it's clearly divided, so people have their own opinions about it. But that was last year. This year, after all those discussions, the people that were mainly on the other side, the one, like, it was kind of like me, us in Senate, versus, Charlie Rock from the Performing Arts Leadership. So I don't know, she just didn't want that program to die. So that's kind of where that came from. But they started taking money from us and after COVID. So that's where it started from. But there were several issues with that where they weren't allowing, basically their program doesn't benefit students. Like they didn't allow students to take part in it. They were paying community members from it. Students weren't even like part of being actors. So it's like, well, we can't give our money away so easily. You know what I mean? Because then other programs could take it. Political science could take it. Accounting could take it. STEM could take it. Right? Can you imagine vet tech? Like, I don't know. Oh, we need new beakers. Well, student activities fee. Like, that's where I see the issue going. So we're just gonna stop that and say no one can. So
I think it is the precedent, like if one group takes it, then what stops the next group?
exactly. So that's kind of it. They sort of agreed in it. I think it was just a temporary stopgap measure that somehow we allowed them to do that. So we just have to now make a rule so that no one else does in the future. Because COVID, shrinks budgets. So that's kind of where that's at. Otherwise, the other conversation is increasing the stipends across the board. That would mean increasing the vice president's stipend. So I don't know if you know this, but your stipend's $1,000 for the semester and mine's 3,000. So I get 3 times as much as you. I'll be transparent with you. Yes, that's
I thought
correct.
you get paid hourly.
Yeah, but it's capped at like 3,000.
You guys
Ish.
get paid.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So should it be more equal? I think so. I don't think it should be like 750, 1,000, like that's the gap between it. I feel like that's not appropriate. So, and that's true for a bunch of other things too. Why are we getting so much? So I'd be willing to give this a pay cut just so that other people, so if we took like, I don't know what it ends up being and what availabilities we have, but there needs to be, bottom line, there needs to be more equity between what y'all are getting paid and what everyone else like at the top is getting paid, because it's a disparity between who's getting paid hourly versus who's getting paid stipends. Stipends aren't making enough. Some people are getting $500 for working their entire semester. And I just don't think that's enough. So that's what we're trying to change in the SAB. Generally, people seem to agree with that. At first, I was wondering if we could make everyone hourly, but people didn't like that. So exactly. So you're a person that needs to be stipend, right? Because you need to work at the IE. So it's basically a way for you to have a lot of student participation because you are involved. You're a perfect example of someone who's involved and who works hourly at IE. And it's like, I don't know, you just need more chances to have money. So this is why we're trying to, every organization can decide how to pay people. We just need to change the cap on what certain positions are paid, I think. Does that sound good? Like you're paid 1,000, but maybe you should be paid like 1,500 instead.
yeah.
To start.
Too.
We'll see where the money lies. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a
But-
change will be a change.
We need to look at the change and see where across the board we're at and how we'll pay certain structures. So it's gonna be a big discussion and maybe we can get it done by December, but we'll try. I know you'll really push me to do it, so.
I believe it.
I know,
I'm not-
I know you believe me, so we'll work on that. Anyways, any other questions about that? We are over time. No questions. We can talk more about it at the next meeting. Moving on, textbook affordability committee, not here right now. The one thing,
No, you're right.
yeah, the one thing I'll say is that I'm gonna be reaching out to those folks so that I'm working with Felipe. I don't know if you remember Felipe from last semester, the Spanish student, Felipe and Mary, that's Maggie's French professor.
Professor?
Yeah, I gotta have a meeting with them so we can talk about that, and as well as the people who are in charge of the textbook affordability, because that has its own budget, and we're gonna need to work on seeing about that. But I have an idea to increase the amount of funds from there, and I think it'll still save people money, although it might save people less money if you have bigger books, but you'll still save money. It just won't be as much, but I think it'll be more equitable. But we'll see what the funds say, because the budget manager has to look at that. So the idea is that if you're taking a 5-credit course, you should pay a higher amount for 5 credits than a person with like a 3-credit or a 2-credit book, because those books aren't as big generally. But that idea might not work across the board. It's just a general idea, so we need to see if it actually works. But it would maybe go up from, you pay like, I don't know, like $3 for a 1-credit book, and then you start paying like $7 for 2 credits. then you go up to like 12, 20, 24, or something like that. And we don't know the exact numbers, but that's the idea. It's a grading scale. Because if you pay 24 plus 20 plus 7 plus 3 plus that 10, what is that, 10, 20, 40, 64 for a big textbook that costs $150, you're still saving a little, you're paying a little less than half, but otherwise they'd be paying 21, or not 21, they'd be paying, what is that, $35 versus the 65. So if they're just, you still save money, you just don't save as much, but I think it's more fair for everyone, especially if we want to include like language as part of that. So I don't know, we'll see where the money goes. Student parent support groups, Senator Crowder not here, but it is, the announcement there is that it is Student Parent Month, and we do recognize that at our college, and that there might be events that we might be asked to sponsor for during the month of September. So I went to talk to Sylvia about that. I forgot to mention that in our talk today, but talking to her. Inclusion Belonging Coordinator, Senator Jacobson. Huh?
No reports.
Oh, no report for now. Okay. Reports from regional metro campuses, Reedburg Center, Stacy Browder.
There is no report at this time.
Okay, perfect. Watertown is vacant. Portage, Senator Crowder not here. We're Senator Dirks. We still have you for a little bit. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is.
So my report, all I have to say is yesterday when I met with Cole via Teams, we talked about potentially having me get introduced to the Fort campus manager at the campus fun day there on the 18th. So I think that'll be my first contact there, most likely, is that campus fun day on the 18th. That's what I
And
got
that's a
for
Wednesday?
now.
Is that a Wednesday?
Yes.
I might be able to join you for that, Lando. I'm from that area, so it would be really fun. So we'll see.
Okay. Yeah, just let me know. Yeah, we can arrange for that.
Hey, that'd be pretty fun. Okay, I'll let you know. Goodman South, Senator Bissonette.
Speaking of student,
Oops.
the committee there, they have appreciation month going on this month. So at Goodman South on September 24th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. they'll be doing a little event for it.
Mhm.
I tried looking on the flyer on exactly what they'll be doing. Didn't really say. I think it was really casual. It was just like drinks and like food, and then I don't know. The flyer didn't really say much, but all I know is that that's happening at Goodman South
Mhm.
on September 24th from 11 to 1 for those who are parents. And then the second thing I wanted to mention was I Am First Club. They're having their general meeting on September 10th from 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. That is at the Goodman South campus. I just thought I would mention that because I'm also part of I Am First. So I don't know if anyone else is either. And then other than those two things, there's nothing else for me to report.
Do you want to talk about what I Am First is?
Yeah.
Generally?
Yeah, I am first, as much of like any other club here, throughout our campuses, and it's for students who are the first generation students who attend college within their immediate family. Like example, my parents didn't go, my siblings didn't go. I am the first one to be in college, and which is a very unique situation, being a first gen, because you don't have any sports. Like, of course, you have moral support. My parents love me, that's great, but they don't know how to do college at all. So it's been quite challenging being a first gen student. So that's what the club supports.
I also, sorry, Sylvia, I just want to add up for I Am First Generation Club. I heard, and like I'm 99% sure, but not 100%, that they also have their own scholarship.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to apply.
Yeah, they have like a requirement that you have to be like for a year with them, and then
Yeah, and I think they also have, what's it called? You also qualify for TRIO at that point.
Yes.
Yep.
That's right.
So yeah, if you're at all interested in this, this sounds like this is a resource that you could get involved with and potentially, get essentially a free ride
Yeah.
to college, to this school and beyond, if you choose to go to a 4-year, because they really work with you to make sure you go to a 4-year.
They do. I work with Trio, and they set me up like my entire, from now to like graduation. Like I I know all of my classes.
Do you like
so-
work with Drill, like in the office and such?
No, not at all, not at all.
Just curious.
I use their services.
Okay, no, I was just curious.
They helped me set up my schedule, very helpful, because I didn't know that you could do that. Other than that, no report. That's it.
That was a pretty big report and a good one too. Thank you. Report from College Assembly and Shared Governance Councils. College Assembly President Brito. I forgot that, I have this section here too. So essentially it's the same thing before College Assembly. It's gonna be having its final meeting next week on September 11th. So we'll be discussing the final details about the class at that meeting, or sorry, about the structure of shared governance, and we'll get the final information for you, but that's the general consensus of what is likely going to happen. Obviously, it didn't actually happen yet, so we'll have that, everyone will know when we know. So at the next meeting, I'll be able to update you on what actually transpired there, as well as, Yulong, are you able to come to that one?
Wednesday?
Yeah, you can come if you want.
Wednesday, 2:30,
Yeah. 2:30, yeah, I think we were able to be paid too on that.
and we will be early for the extended council meeting.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can leave early. I think I might stay and then I'll come late to that, like just by a little bit though. That's fine. I can take it. So, okay, cool. Perfect. Academic Council is currently vacant. Diversity and Community Relations Council Senator Crowder currently vacant, although that's one of the ones that might be absorbed into a different type of group for shared governance, although we don't know for sure yet. So actually, instead of commenting further, maybe I'll just wait till the next time. So I'll hold back on that other stuff. Finance Council from me, President Brito. We had our last meeting all the way back in actually August. I was right about to go on a plane while we were having that conversation back from Kenya and in Nairobi airport to to United States. So what I remember from that conversation is that we were working on looking at the details about how the 100% tuition refund drop deadline is. And I think currently what we can do, what our college is recommending, the Finance Council, it needs to be approved by shared governance, so it probably won't happen until next year because how everything is set up with things shifting, is that we're going to recommend that during the day of, we're going to set all drops on the first day as having been dropped at 12 o'clock a.m. so that no classes, so that for the first day, if you go to your class and you don't like it, then you'll get a full 100% refund. The way it currently exists is that you have to drop it before the class even starts. So we got you basically a free 24-hour, or I don't know, on the day of your first class to get your money back. You try it one day before you buy it. It's better than nothing. So that's what we're allowed to do currently. And I don't know, it's a state law, so it's how you interpret things. And the general counsel is recommending that as the course of action. So if we want to change things further, we might need to lobby like the state government. So.
And I just want to add up to that, is that not only like a couple hours before the class starts, it's actually 24 hours. So if you're, example, at 9 p.m. in the night before the class starts, you're thinking, okay, I don't want this class anymore. If you drop it, they will still charge you because it's 23 hours before the class starts. So that's not.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So you do need to drop it that 24 hours before. So yeah, that's what currently sucks, but we are looking at changing it. And they are making the recommendation the next, it might even be this college assembly meeting. I don't think so though. So it might just be, have to wait until next semester and then start the year after where you get one day. So that's some progress. It's not where we wanted to go, but it's not nothing. So perfect for us.
What about if the first class was canceled, like the first week?
I think unless the class meets, from my understanding is that they can't, because I had classes canceled on me, and then they canceled classes 3 times on me. And I just decided to drop it because I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. The amount of class, basically, I'm not gonna be paying for anything on this. So I just decided to drop it and I never got charged. So I think that's how it currently is, and I don't think that'll change. So, but that's a good question. I don't think we actually discussed it, so I should probably bring it up to them. So you thought about something I didn't think about. So that's why you're in Senate. Okay, good question. Oh, sorry, is your hand up too?
Yes.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were just,
Is that still up for debate? I don't necessarily support that.
oh, sorry, what?
Dropping classes after classes started. I think it takes away from other students. Like if someone's trying to get into a class before the class starts and people that don't think they're going to be in the class are still, on the list for the class, no one else can join that class. So like that puts more problems than it solves, I think.
So there are certain programs, I'll get to you later. So certain programs where that actually is a problem. We had a discussion about nursing. Nursing is actually one of the biggest programs where it needs to be, you need to, like, if you drop, people need to be notified right away. So they work really hard with those individual programs, where it's like that. But at other universities, they even have 2 weeks to do that. So what happens is that, you're right, that is a case for those types of seats. But those seats and numbers are arbitrary. Oftentimes, even if you are not able to get into a class, if you ask a professor, you're allowed to get in because they don't know, they put the class numbers at like 24 because they don't know what room they're getting assigned to. Oftentimes the rooms have up to 32, but they just do it just in case. In most cases, they're able to accommodate that. So we saw that as a non-issue unless a large number of people were unable to get into a class and they all tried to flood to get into a class. So we didn't think of it as being a major issue. Maybe some people would fall through that, but I don't know, because there's that buffer of like 5 to 8 to 10 students potentially even. We did bring it up and we discussed it, but we didn't really see it. But yeah, nursing would operate on a different type of schedule because of that. And they have their own system to make it work. So yeah, that was a consideration.
Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah. Does that help? Okay. Anyone else?
I have a question.
No, I.
When you say 24 hours after your classes, I suppose I have 5 classes.
Yes.
So it is 24 hours after each classes or just after the first day of
The
course?
first day of each of your courses.
Okay.
Yes. And then Cole, sorry, you had your hand up.
No, just a point of privilege information, in regards to dropping classes. So at most other institutions, especially ones I've worked at, you can drop up until 5. What it comes down to, which I think.
For enrollment is what he was asking.
Yeah, so for the enrollment part, you can technically enroll in a course up until about 3 or 4 weeks into the semester, and then afterwards, there's some additional processes and petitioning, kind of like the nursing one that they have to go through for that, but no, that's a good comment,
That is good.
especially when it comes to the enrollment part of it, so.
There's one other program where it's actually very hard to get into, and I think it's actually one of the like the
Dental?
tech dental. Yeah, there's a health program and there's like a tech program, like it's like some sort of diesel auto thing. So those are the 3 programs that are very limited in the amount of people they can take on because of the instructor to student ratio for the type of equipment they handle. So that's why it's specifically like that, and they're very locked down. So because their process wouldn't really change, they didn't really oppose it, so we were fine with it. So that's kind of where we landed with that. Okay, let's see, moving on, Information Technology Council Center Villa. Angel Buddy, you there?
He's not responding.
Not there? Okay, let's just type to Angel.
He just lost connection.
Hmm.
So we can continue.
He probably, this is what happens. No, you have an issue where your phone sometimes disconnects, right? Then you have to log back on to get on. Yeah, okay. We'll wait for him to come back on and we'll come back to it. Institutional Faculty Council is currently vacant, and then Student Affairs Council currently vacant, but surprise, you're assigned to that, Sylvia, so.
okay.
I didn't send you an email yet because of where it was at, but I don't know. I should do that. So I'll do that later. You'll get an official email at some point.
I understand you're very busy.
Not busy enough to do the work here, yes?
So, this is a point of information.
Yes.
Okay, just 'cause we didn't do it before, I know we can get better at it, wanted to introduce, so we do have somebody in the gallery today. that did-
Oh, sorry. I was gonna do that during the summer showcase, but.
Oh, were
yes.
you? Okay, then I'm gonna defer to you.
No, yeah, that's perfect. That's good to be inclusive. Yeah. Is Angel back?
It's a no report.
Oh, okay, no report.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. We can move on. So unfinished business, no unfinished business. New business. So at this point, I was gonna introduce a person in the room, 2 people really, one online, one in person. But Nevaeh, if you want a chance to introduce yourself, I'm lending you my voice, so go for it.
Nice to meet you.
What's your major?
Social science, and I'm doing the liberal arts transfer program. I'm also on TRIO, so it's a really good resource.
Yes, yes, it is. We met already at the Wolfpack Welcome. I was at the Senate and then she came up and was asking questions. So I was telling her about Senate. So it's nice to see you here.
Yes.
Yeah, welcome.
Nevaeh also attended our first College Democrats meeting.
Yes, that's true. Nevaeh also attended the Business Professionals of America meeting. So Nevaeh also attended one additional meeting, which you can share the other meetings if you want, but Nevaeh is really getting involved at school. So for a person that's just attending Madison
Sure, yeah.
College, I think that's really impressive.
Yes, yes, it is. Yeah, but like I was very confused when I had my first semester. I didn't know how to do any of that at all. So yeah, props to you.
Nevaeh's just jumping in. Oh yeah, I just was with Nevaeh. We were just with Nevaeh at ASA meeting. So we grabbed pizza and left, but you actually stayed, so.
Yeah.
So, yeah, props to Nevaeh. And this is time for Wistria. So hello, Wistria. You can introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Wistria. My majors are liberal arts, social science for sociology, transfer program, and I'm also trying to get onto a new major, biology as well for doubling.
I remember that. Perfect. And a couple of things about Wistria. You have a service dog named Scout, which is a really friendly dog. So that's really cool. Wistria also went to Business Professionals of America meeting, and last year, Wistria was interested in doing Earth Day pickup. So I know you have an environmental mindset. So
Very much, yeah.
yeah, so that's pretty much. Oh, and working with disability, rights, and that's kind of something that you've been interested in, right?
Yeah, basically advocating for ADA laws and student
Wow.
rights.
Perfect. And then, did you have your hand up, Layla?
Yeah, we have intro to gender and women's studies together on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, girl powered up. Love that. Okay, well, now it's time for us to get to know each other a little bit better. I'm gonna ask the two of you, if you want to share something, we're gonna do a summer showcase, so it's just kind of like a team building thing, and for us to all like, share what we did during the summer together. So keep in the back of your mind at the end, if you want to share, you don't have to, you're not part of Senate yet, so if you're like, wanting to be a wallflower right now, take advantage of that, you don't have to share it right now. But we're gonna pull up the PowerPoint, so Cole, you wanna be our master and commander, because Cole has a slide too. So talk about that. So for those of you that were able to fill out the Senate Summer Showcase, this was just a PowerPoint to get to know each other. Some people had a lot of fun with it. Sylvia kind of went OP on it, and I think Lando did some of his own stuff too. So is he still here? Okay, we'll make sure we can go through, but I feel like maybe Lando should go first since I know he has to go soon.
What slide that is?
So could you go to, sorry, what?
Do you remember which slide that is? I was gonna click through all of them.
Yeah, I see. He is slide number, that's not the one. 7? Oh, he's right after Sylvia, so he's like slide number 5?
No.
Yeah, you can save me for second if that works, because I should still
I
have
think he's
enough
5.
time.
I think he's slide number 5.
Okay.
Let's test it.
Wait.
Let me go.
Press
Let
the-
me stop sharing. But that way I can just say.
No, this is a different one. Sorry, it's, I had something else open.
Ready? We'll do.
Am I right?
Something. I found it. So here we go.
Is it 5?
I didn't count. I just went down it. I'll be honest with you. I wish I could get rid of this little thing, but I can't. Just gonna put that
All right.
there.
Am I good to go
Perfect.
then?
Go for it.
Okay. So, you know the saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words? Well, I think I have a couple million words just to describe this summer on this one slide. So essentially, to sum it all up in a couple of sentences, I got selected to partake in a 10-week-long research program at the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire for high-performance computing. So I spent the majority of my summer there in Eau Claire, met a lot of new friends. Got a nice little rainbow there. You see the double rainbow? That was like during the first week, and it looks so just amazing. I've never seen anything like that, with my own eyes. So I took a picture of that. I learned a new card game from one of the researchers. It's called Cambio. It's a German drinking game, but we played it without the drinks. And hoping to, teach some of you guys that if you're ever interested. Then they had this groundbreaking ceremony for a new health and sciences building they're working on getting done there. Should be done by 2027. And essentially, I got interviewed on the local news station when they were talking about it just right before they had Chancellor Jim Schmidt come forward and discuss the, how much work they put into getting this all funded. So that was really cool. Then we went to the Mayo Health Clinic headquarters in Rochester, Minnesota. That's that far image on the right top. And so all of us are there. It's a very beautiful place, you know, sort of like walking into like a cross between an airport and like a museum. Like they're very artistically inclined. So a lot of the stuff in there, like they have so much artwork and a lot of the tapestry, it's like based around nature. So it's just very awesome, you know, going through there. Now the bottom row, Kai decided to come visit after one of his meetings. So we did some disc golf. He got to meet some of the researchers, but that was a lot of fun, you know, seeing him come by. Then we got the WISES Spark Symposium where I got to present with my group all the research we had done up until that point. That was around week 7 into the program. The next day we toured the HPC lab in just right across the street from the Eau Claire campus. And we got to see the clusters, these supercomputing clusters that were doing all the hard work, you know, behind the scenes. They're pretty much, you know, high-end computer servers that allow you to run simulations, you know, so you don't need to constantly be using a laptop and plugging in all these things. You can literally have, you know, a program running in the background, and all these supercomputers are doing all the work to make those simulations possible. So it's really fascinating stuff. Upon getting back, I played a bit of Marvel Snap. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's just a game I used to play a lot when I was a little younger. Played it a few summers ago, but after watching Deadpool and Wolverine with the researchers, which fortunately I didn't get a good picture of, I ended up installing the game again and playing that a bunch. So then finally, last major highlight was I went to a Brewer game with my parents and brother. I think that was a game they won, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, overall, a really great summer. Had a blast, got to meet a lot of new friends and make a lot of memories. And, you know, it's been really impactful on me and, you know, hoping to do more research in the coming years, do more sorts of REUs like this one. So yeah, that's all I got. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Okay.
Do we go back up? Cheers then?
We can do whatever. So, does anyone want to go next?
I can go next.
You want to go next? Okay, Sylvia next.
Actually should
Just
be.
to the left.
Right above. Yeah.
Yeah, there's mine. Okay. So on the left, I just wanted to share one of my favorite pictures, which is me and my dad. He's friends with a photographer in North Dakota, and he takes like the old school picture taking styles where we have to sit still for 5 minutes, and then he's got to like use this big long camera. And then he's got to take out like the film and then go in the red room and immediately dip it into chemicals. So that's one of my favorite photos. I just wanted to share it with you guys to get to know me better. I'm really proud of my Indigenous roots. And then I'm taking social sciences in pursuit of becoming a therapist. Don't ask me what kind. I'm sure one day I could diagnose all of you. And then moving on, I turned 27 on July 4th. Yes, I am a firecracker baby. As a kid, I kind of hated it. I would never get a school shout out. I could never bring cupcakes to class. My friends are always busy. So it's kind of hard having a birthday on July 4th. And then moving on, I just got the PlayStation 5 console. I've been playing Spider-Man Miles Morales on easy mode. So I think I have like 95% completion. Pretty fun. I love playing those type of games, horror games, like art, like role-playing games. Otherwise, I'm not really much of any other type of gamer really. I didn't really grow up with that, and I only grew up with Xbox. Anyways, moving on. I love spooky content, horror films, haunted houses. That's my jam. I grew up with it my whole life. So I've had my own experiences. Some people are like, well, you probably are just experiencing imagination. I'm like, no, I'm not, I swear. So if you guys ever want to have a conversation about anything horror, let me know. I love it. And then I have my 5-year-old orange tabby there on the bottom. I named her Autumn because she is orange. I got her from the Portage County Humane Society for $20. Yeah, had her for 3 years now. She's awesome. And then my favorite music artist is Mac Miller. My left hand are 2 tattoos that are dedicated to Mac Miller because it's just like one of the sounds that I most identify with personally. I've been a fan since like 2009, since like MySpace was a thing. And then my favorite color is pink. My favorite holiday is Halloween. And my favorite food is bison meat. I love bison meat. It's healthier than cow meat, if you guys didn't know that. And the top picture of me looking out, that's me in the Badlands in South Dakota. That's where my dad's tribe is from. So I feel a very strong connection, personal connection to the Badlands. That's where my family is from. And that's my presentation. That's who I am. It's fun, isn't it?
Mac Miller is pretty good.
Mm-hmm, yep.
Happy birthday, delayed.
Thank you.
It's a little mini gift.
I appreciate it.
I'm just gonna go left. Finish everything up to the front. Too long.
Oh,
That's how I felt too.
Understood.
so I was studying in a clinical lab this summer. And so I did some like several stuff at the same time. So that parallel, first I worked for a PhD candidate. He's studying a drug, brain tumor. Basically, he wants to see like an anti-parasitic drug if that has any effect on the brain tumor. The kind of brain tumor they are studying is glioblastoma, grade 4 glioma that is mutated from the astrocytes in the brain. It's highly lethal. So usually the survival rate after the surgery is around only like 6 to 8 months. It's and besides that, I did some data analysis on some lung cancer and breast cancer bulk cell analysis to identify the cells inside the cluster and the genes. So the top of the page, the top of the photos are just some photos from the like cell arresting stuff. In the middle, the green stuff and the purple black is the green stuff is the cell cluster. The purple and the black stuff is gene identification in the heat map. And yeah, and I was just working, so it's just work really long.
Nice. Very cool.
And this is what you want to do in the future?
Research.
Research like this type of microbiome stuff?
Yeah, more like just study. Yes.
Okay. So you're saving people from the brink of death?
I don't, but my mind.
Okay. Very helpful, very helpful.
Good job, Elon.
Yeah, thank you, Elon.
That's you.
Oh, it's me, okay. Wait. Okay, I sent you something.
Something.
For later, yep. Okay, hey, this was me for my summer. So I went to Kenya this summer. I came back with some gifts and everything like that. I went 2 weeks abroad. Did some fun stuff this summer. Like I went to uh I went there with Lando. Why can't I think of the name of this? We just went to the park. The Dells, yes. We went to the Dells. I went to Devil's Lake, as you see in that picture there. Me and Ohio went to Indianapolis to Naka. Cam had his birthday this summer, so there is at the Capitol. I met with Layla at her coffee shop. I met Lando. We already saw that picture, but we went to go visit the UW Eau Claire Senate office. So there we are in front of that Senate office. We're doing a little mini takeover, is what we were telling our friends that. So it's just a little joke we had. Obviously, I also, I saw Giovanni and Angel. We went to the Juneteenth celebration, so we put our money where our mouth was, and we passed that resolution. We had to actually show up to it. We didn't actually march because we just didn't know where it was, but we tabled for the college, so that was pretty cool to meet people. We met one of the candidates for Dane County there too, so I don't know, she's kind of nice. The mayor came by and talked to us too, so we really repped Madison College there, so that was nice. There I am in Kenya, and I posted a lot of different pictures. But I think my favorite thing from Kenya was going to the marketplace. It was like day 2 that we were all there together. So we were like fresh in Kenya. And they actually gave us 3,000 shillings, which is the equivalent of about $24. And they gave us a list. It was like being on The Amazing Race. They gave us a list of things to buy. Some cabbages, some onions, some bananas. And we had to buy all the $24 worth and negotiate in Swahili with people in the marketplace because not many people knew that much English. They knew enough to like charge us exorbitant amounts. But our goal was to be shrewd. And that's fine because you know what? I mean, we have money, so I don't really blame them. You got to hustle. So this was a hustle game, and they actually respected us when we tried to negotiate with them. So we negotiated all the way to the point where we saved up enough money to buy a chicken at the end. And as soon as we bought the chicken, that guy came out like, yes, good choice. And he's like, so do you want this here? Do you want this later? And with a giant machete. And we're like, no, we'll keep it alive. So it was kind of fun buying a chicken in the marketplace. And then I think we had some leftover money and we just kind of tossed it to some people and like lucky day. So that was kind of fun, just playing around with what to buy. And obviously it's like our privilege to be able to do that. So that's like the conversations that we had about that. But it was really fun to be in Kenya. And the other fun thing that we did is like a host family invited us into their home and we made food together. And like we made a meal experience together. And like, we talked about, we had a very long discussion about trust and what it means to invite strangers into your home and whether or not you should trust certain people. And it's like, so at the end of it, I think I made a joke like, so should we trust you? And she's like, of course, you're eating my food, aren't you? I'm like, fair points. I thought it was funny. So I don't know. It was just a very fun conversation to have with people. And you still keep a little bit in touch here and there on WhatsApp. So, and it's really good. Also, not pictured. I didn't have enough room. I had an accounting internship at Porchlight before I left to Kenya because I left from Kenya on August 4th. So I had my last day on August it's like June 26th or something like that. And the thing from Instagram is me carrying a huge box of audit stacks. So I had a really work heavy summer, but I also was able to take off to go do fun things and visit certain people. And it's really very flexible. So that's the kind of job I want in the future that allows me to leave for 2 weeks for Kenya and Indianapolis and the Dells and Devil's Lake and all that other stuff. So it's fun living like that.
Are you new to the Dells?
No, I don't live there. I just went there for the first. I've been there before. I don't know why I had a hard time thinking about it.
Okay. How long was your flight to Africa?
Oh God! In total, if you add all the travel time, it took 36 hours.
Wow.
So like double flight, and then you count like the car rides in between, and then the transit, like the waiting period in between. All that together, if you include just that, then it's 36. I think if you include the flight itself, it's just like 20. It's not that much.
Yeah.
But like, if you include all the waiting, the layovers and the car travel, like to get to certain places, yeah, that adds up. So, yeah, quite interesting. And those checkpoints, they have straight up like, like AK or automatic style weapons there too. At first I was shocked. I was like, oh no, but then everyone's really used to it at that point. Cause I'm like, I don't know, you need security. And then I don't know, no one's gonna be stupid. So, don't be stupid, nothing happens. So that's what I learned.
When I was coming, I made 18 hours from Africa to here. So that was long. Oh my goodness.
Because you come from Western Africa though.
Yes, everybody is. And do you know that when you go to the market in Africa and when you white, I suppose the thing is like $1, they always say you 10.
Of course.
because they're like, that is not like triple, they like take this 10 times a month because they assume that you have money.
Yeah.
So they always like have the money. I'm sure you negotiate, but if someone for the local one went by that, they can buy the same systems on you, probably 5 times less than
Yeah.
how much you buy.
Yeah, so it helped that we were with, so Agnes is our local tour guide. So, yeah, I still keep in touch with her. And I told her I'd message her tomorrow. I just kept texting her 969696. And she's like, what are you doing, Kai? What is this? So I don't know. We have a funny relationship. So I don't know. I think I'll keep in touch with her for a while. So I think it's really good.
Cool.
So that's my summer, everyone.
Wow.
Okay, moving on.
You were the first, right?
I think so.
Okay, so we'll go back. Grandma,
Hey.
what'd you do this summer?
Okay. So, this summer I went to, Missouri. So my friend was graduating at the military, so, he's my best friend. We went to high school together in Africa, and then, yeah. So he done a military this year, so he was graduating. I was there with him. It was really nice, I would say. And the same year, this summer I got married to my girlfriend. It was something I know, yeah.
Congratulations.
So, and then I was just working with the sheriff office this summer as well on different videos as well. And they already posted some on their Facebook page. And then yeah, I still have more videos that I'm working with them. And then also I was working on some videos for the college as well, like the book back welcome videos with Annette. But it was a little bit late, so we're not gonna use it this semester until next semester. So yeah. Yeah, pretty much. I didn't do much this time.
You weren't behind bars in the video, were you? Or just kidding. Nah, I just want to let you. What are the videos?
Which one?
You said you made videos for the Dane County Sheriff's Office.
Oh yeah, yeah. Do you want to see it?
Honestly,
Yeah.
you put in the chat. Put in the chat,
Okay.
yeah. Where are we at time?
What is this?
We add up all the extra time.
Nothing.
We have 15, 10, 15,
just like
30 minutes, 45,
It's like a camera.
an hour. I don't think we have time.
We'll, I mean.
Like in.
Post it in the chat
Yeah.
and we'll watch it on our own time.
I will. I'll put it in there.
Well, thank you for sharing, Brian.
Thank you, yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations on marrying, like. For me, I'm jealous.
Okay. That is a video. Can you play that for me?
Is that
I
right?
was just lazy to put like some bunch of like picture because I can't like show that was in that of there. That was good.
That's really cute. Why is that not on Instagram? I would like to tell that.
I'm just lazy sometimes. Like,
That's fine.
yeah, I don't need to. Okay.
Popular.
So my summer was really good. Like I think that was the best summer I had since I came in USA. We went to Milwaukee for an immersive trip with DSU. Kai was there. That was nice. We had fun. We learned more about like Black history. We went to Indiana with Kai. It was nice. We learned a lot about like student senate from other school, and we also get some idea from them, and we really had some fun. We also take some pictures together. It was really like a nice experience. I really like wish people like probably next year you guys can go there because I think that can really help you to get like to know more about like the student senate and all this stuff. And I also went to Houston with a friend for a concert. We went there for about 4 days from 4th of July to I think the Sunday to the same week. So it was kind of like some Afro Nation. We saw some African artists. That was nice. Then I also celebrate my birthday the 13th of July. So I'm 25 years old. I know I'm old. And
For me.
I just feel like I'm just old. I don't know.
You are 6 days older than me.
You? Oh my
I have a
God.
song for you about turning
We Cancer
25.
team. She's also a Cancer.
Yeah, cancer,
Yeah.
cancer vibes.
Careful how you
You
say
can
it.
Cancer. When's that day?
June 30th.
Oh my God, nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's-
Happy birthday. I know it's late, but happy birthday. And I also went to Chicago to celebrate a friend's birthday. We do like some boat ride from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. So that is a picture of like the sunset and the city that was so pretty.
Wow.
And yeah, I also do like some bowling, some hiking. I also like a big fan of anime. So I watched like a bunch of anime during like that summer. Yes, and yeah, I think that's all. Awesome. So yeah.
Thank
What's
you.
your favorite anime? Oh, right now for the new one, I'm like Solo Leveling, Kaiju number 8, and Windbreaker.
I haven't watched any of them.
Oh, wait.
I do
Yeah.
watch, but I haven't seen those.
You should, that is a new one, and it's so
Yeah,
nice.
Kaiju number 8. Yeah, I think it's actually really good.
It is the
Nevaeh?
Question on the side. When you said you went to like Milwaukee for BSU, are you talking like the BSU from the school?
Yes.
Okay.
They did like some immersive trip. That was like early in the beginning of summer. So I think we were about like 12 people. So we went there, went to the museum. What is the museum again? Name?
Ooh. It was the Black Holocaust Museum.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they teach us like about the Black history, like how the slave came, how they was working like in the cotton, like, how do I say? Sorry.
They talked about that. They talked about like the ship experience. What's it called? Like the middle way or something
Yeah.
like that. Middle passage. That sounds great.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was some scale. They also have like some bunch of things back there. We also saw like how there was like some medical, like how the Black people have some impact in like the medical field during like the old time. Also saw some pictures. It was nice. And then we also went to another museum when they like show us how was the boat when they was taking the slave from Africa to the United States. So it was like a really pretty experience.
Okay. Well, thank you, Nohaya. So, do we clap? We clap? We clap? Okay. Okay, so wait, before this happens, so Hassan did his job and let me know. So can we get an extension on time? How many do we have left?
We've gone through 6. We have our total of 13.
Oh, wow.
Let's
I
It
would
was
say
from
try
2 minute
the
time.
1 minute.
Okay, let's try 15 minutes and let's try an extension for 15 minutes and I guess we'll try and be quicker on them. But Cole, you don't need to speed through it. Do your best to try to keep it quick, but don't speed through it. Can we do an extension of 15 minutes? We all okay with that? No opposition to that general thing? Okay, okay, cool. 15 minutes extension, we'll set a timer if you want. Yeah, and try and keep us, let us know.
So yeah, my summer, I basically got up and moved. I was living out of a residence hall for the last, basically for the last 12 years. I've lived in a residence hall. And so we moved out and got our first family home in Fort Atkinson. And the picture I have is of my 2 sons, Knox and Walker. Started working here. We traveled to northern Wisconsin, Colorado, all around southeastern Wisconsin. We were to go back down to a pho restaurant down in between Brookfield and Milwaukee. If you've never had pho, it is awesome. It is some of the best stuff I've ever had. And some of the restaurants we've found, especially some hole walls, like they're really legit. We started listening more to country music as well because my oldest son really loves the song "Should Have Been a Cowboy." He does come to camp with me once in a while, and if we play, he'll start belting it for
And wait for a Halloween Senate meeting.
100%. Cowboy hat.
We do. Halloween's on a Thursday.
That's awesome.
Got to do some outdoor stuff, joining some of the state and national organizations for it. And I'm just looking forward to kick off the year with all of y'all learning about Senate because I've never worked with student activities. I've only ever worked in residence life. So advising is not my forte. I've supervised for the last decade or so. So just a lot of new stuff I'm looking to learn. That's it.
Nice.
Cool, and that was really fast. I hope you didn't speed for our behalf.
That's really it.
Okay.
Cameron.
So honestly, all of these pictures, none of them are from the summer. I kind of missed the assignment. So
That's
first question, what I did in the summer. So I work at a supper club right outside of Dodgeville. The name of the supper club is High Point Steakhouse, sell steak and wine and seafood and everything else.
Very Wisconsin of you.
Right. Love selling old fashions, super easy. I'm involved with Wisconsin Democrats on Campus. That's actually a new organization we just started in May.
Mm-hmm.
Traveling. So my brother graduated with his master's degree in architecture in Fargo from North Dakota State in May. So I was there celebrating with him. In July, I spent my birthday in Florida with my sister, watching her dog for her, which was awesome. Her dog is like the size of my hand, so it's not very hard to watch. What's that? New artist book. So I'm reading the Game of Thrones series right now. It's like my all-time favorite TV show. I've seen the show through probably 25 times, so I figured it was time to actually start the books. And the books are just as good, if not better. So the photos there, the top left is me and a couple of last year's members of the Senate. We went to a Badger football game in September. That was fun. Below that is me and my sister. She graduated from University of Wisconsin Eau Claire. So last year in October, I went up and we celebrated homecoming together. Top left is me and my mom. In November, we went to Florida to the Badgers were playing a basketball tournament in Florida. So we flew down there to go watch the game. And then on the right is me and my dad at a Packers game last year. We went to the Packers Chiefs game on Sunday Night Football. Watched Jordan Love beat Patrick Mahomes, so that was awesome. What else can I say? In the summer, I met up with Kai a couple times, went downtown. Thursdays were always good. Had some drinks occasionally. Other than that, I mean, I don't know. I like to play video games. I like to watch movies.
You also had a July birthday.
And a July birthday.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam.
I tried to watch the series Game of Thrones. I started season 1, I stopped. I don't know why I can continue. I try, but I can't.
If you started at season 2, I feel like you'd like it. Some people thought season 1 was slow, so
Okay, really.
we'll talk. Sierra, are you able to come online?
Can I talk
Yes.
for Sierra, seeing as she's at work
Sure.
and that way
Yeah.
she doesn't get herself fired?
What better way to talk about Beauty Queen than through Beauty Queen's mom? So perfect.
Okay, well, the pictures of Sierra from the summer, she did do a lot. She was in the NAM pageant in Madison, which is the National American Miss pageant. She won Miss CoverGirl, and she took a couple of classes over the summer. She worked at her job at the Legacy Dinner Theater. And when she was home, she helped take care of her grandma, because her grandma had surgery on her neck, and she's been going through a whole lot with that. And she also likes to play with her dog, Missy. That's her soul dog. Over the summer, she traveled quite a bit. She went to North and South Dakota, Milwaukee, and Minnesota. She went to a lot of concerts with me, of course. We didn't take a vacation this summer because that's going to be in November, because she's going to the NAM Nationals to try to win her CoverGirl national title. And then this summer, she also did what she loves to do, and that's photograph concerts and shows. And then the first photo is her after she won her CoverGirl title. Then it's Missy, and then the other ones are her sister queens that she took photos with and made friends with. And she seems to make friends with anybody. Like the minute she meets them, they're like best friends.
And she's a zoo ambassador too, no?
Yes, she's a zoo ambassador. She's also working with the Make-A-Wish Foundation, helping make wishes come true. She works at her local hospital as a patient transporter. I'm trying to think of what else she does. She does donations for Pop Tops for kids for the Ronald McDonald House, along with donating to the local homeless shelters.
That's cool.
What a rock star.
I know, right? Well, thank you very much to
Thank you, thank
Sierra. Okay. Or Stacy on behalf of Sierra. And then now we're gonna go to Stacy, because we knew that was coming next.
Okay, so, of course, as you know, I'm the Reedsburg Senator. This summer, I didn't take any classes, although I did do quite a bit over the summer. I worked a lot between my 2 jobs plus Senate. I helped take care of my mom. I traveled a lot with Sierra this summer, although no, like I said before, no real vacations. We went to Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Milwaukee. Went to a lot of concerts and shows. We also went to the Minnesota Zoo, and again, didn't take a real vacation because that's going to be in November. And this summer, I did what I love to do, spent a lot of time with Sierra doing things together. The first picture is of me at work wearing my Hype tank top. That's a local band that, the 80s glam band that we both love to watch. The second one is just me. Third is my dog. The fourth is we're at the Journey concert. It was a concert in Minnesota. It was Def Leppard, Steve Miller, and Journey. And it was like an amazing concert. Absolutely loved it. And then the fifth one is me and Sierra after she won her CoverGirl title. And then the fourth one is myself, and I believe his name is Joseph. He's the keyboardist for the Steve Miller Band.
Nice, that's awesome.
They're really connected in the music world.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, yeah. Sierra keeps us connected, and, you know, we love to travel and do things. We try to do as much as we can together and making memories because, you know, tomorrow's never promised. You just have today.
Cool. Full of wisdom, too. Thank you, Stacy.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Where are we at on the rest of them? This is the last one?
Last one.
End us out.
Yeah, so, oh my gosh. So my summer was a very short summer, even though it was for 4 months. The picture on the left, or let's start with the picture in the middle. I was in New York right after the finals. I was in the United Nations headquarters. This is their General Assembly, which is like 10 times bigger than us. Yeah, it looks like movies. They have pretty much like every representative from each country of the world. I believe that's not the General Assembly. That's the Security Council. They only have 7 members of the Security Council. I think the United States, China, and like Russia, and like 4 or 5 other countries, which they vote on like peace in the world. They vote on wars or what's going on in the world. The left picture is right next to the 9/11 museum. Actually, in the back, the building is the new. I forgot the name of the building.
I think it's World Trade Center.
Yeah, World Trade Center.
Okay.
So yeah, it was the 9/11 memorial, like the museum was very sad actually. They had some like firefighters, like firefighter cars, vehicles which were damaged, and they have some like old parts of the building. Like the building was demolished, and it's just a very very, very emotional area to be. And also they have the 9/11, the area where the water is just going down.
It's like it's going forever.
Yeah.
You've been there?
Oh, just some pictures.
Okay, yeah.
And the right picture, which is, I wasn't sure if I should add that, but I had a volunteer experience at a slaughterhouse and for 3 days, and that was fun. I'm going to vet school, and one of the things that they require is to work with basically blood. So they want to see as much as experience you have with blood or any type of, yeah.
Hassan is an animal lover. He
I am
also
an
has
animal
volunteered at Habitat for Humanity.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
worked with like bunnies, right?
Bunny, cats, and
Bunny cats. Yeah, so he does like animals. He wants to be a vet for good reason.
I promise I'm not serious.
So there we go. Thank you, Hassan. And this was an idea invention by Nohaya wanted to do something, and then I did something similar. So we really wanted to put on team stuff, and Ohio is really good at making us feel like a team. So
Thank
I don't know,
you.
this was our joint idea to make sure we can share about our summers. Now, some people didn't get to share, and that means that this is your chance now to say something. So Layla, Daniel, and then if Nevaeh and Wistria also want to share, you can, but we'll just go there. If there's something you want to share from the summer.
All right, I didn't make a slide, so you guys can look at my face. Let's see, what did I do this summer? I went to, well, so far this year, I've been to 19 shows and went to 12 of them this summer. I can guarantee I've probably seen at least one band that everyone in the room has heard of. So, starting with that. I hung out with my cats a lot. I've got 2 little black kitties, and their names are Mischief and Mayhem. So, they're the sweetest little things. Gosh, I worked a lot as a barista, met up with Kai at the coffee shop, Lives Drink Emporium, go there, you gotta love it. We're located in Sun Prairie, by the way, so.
Peanut butter cold brew.
We do, but yeah, peanut butter, we're called Lives Drink Emporium, located in Sun Prairie, we have a peanut butter cold brew, everyone loves that one, so.
Wow.
Come stop in, please, I'm just promoting my job right now. Otherwise, I just hung out with a lot of my friends, mostly shows, to be honest. That's kind of my thing. Go to a lot of concerts. I'm going to Riot Fest later this month, so it's very exciting.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, right?
Yeah, I did see the Red Hot Chili
Yo.
Peppers. Yeah, saw the Red Hot Chili Peppers this summer. Green Day, Pearl Jam, just to name a few that people would probably recognize.
Cool. Phoenix?
Hmm?
Phoenix? It's like this one band that I totally love.
Oh no, I have not seen them, but maybe I will someday. I'm trying to get to like 30 shows by the end of the year.
Wow.
We'll see how that goes.
Are you into Two Door Cinema Club?
I have.
yeah,
They're
they're
coming in October.
Yes, I
Really?
saw that.
Go.
I might have to go.
Maybe
I
we
wanna
should go. Maybe we should go.
I want to go.
Oh, no.
Yeah. No, you guys should go. Good to coordinate something. If you
Yeah,
guys
girls
go.
trip now.
That is kind. You guys
Yes.
go. Like,
Yes, Kai.
pay for that.
When did that happen?
I'm
Dang.
kidding. The way she like now.
That's because I said China, huh? Okay, thank you, Layla. Real quick, Daniel, you got something for us?
I do not.
You don't want to share anything.
I didn't really do anything.
You got a car.
I got a car.
They hire a car, so.
There we go. Did you have a job this summer?
No.
Do you
You
have any
didn't-
pets?
I have a Yorkie that I saw the other day.
Okay.
I drove down to Beloit Tuesday to go see him.
Yeah. And did you hang out with any friends this summer? Did you go anywhere cool?
Like, I have 2 friends. Didn't really do anything though.
You went to go hang out somewhere though, right? Maybe a bar, maybe a park, maybe a game of some sort. Wait, are you 21?
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll stop
I'm
there.
28.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
There's the only thing that I did was zip line with you guys.
Yeah, see, look, you
24.
did do something this summer.
You faced your fears, what you
The
did.
day before my birthday too.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Pretty wild, yeah.
Happy belated. Okay. Well, I can tell you don't want the spotlight anymore, so thank you, Daniel. Okay, Wistria and Nevaeh, anything?
I can share.
We'll make it quick.
Summer, I won a couple of scholarships, which was cool.
Okay.
Getting ready for coming here.
Yeah.
I got to meet, Tony Evers like 2 times.
Wow. Oh, my.
She's a good candidate.
Also, I just hanged out with my mom a lot. She gets lonely, so I hanged out with her and kind of said goodbye to like my friends that were moving away.
Yeah.
And kind of just got to know myself better over summer. And I did go to a concert with my friend. I went to a Melanie Martinez concert, but right now she's.
Oh, yeah, I know. I heard.
I saw her back on, oh my gosh. What's her second album? I don't remember.
Oh, God.
Whatever that is, I saw her on.
9.
Yeah, that's when I saw her on that tour.
Oh, you're so lucky. But yeah, I went to the concert where she did like all the albums and it was really amazing. But she sucks right now, so.
She does.
Okay, at this point, can we get like a 3-minute extension? Is that okay?
Yeah.
You cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay, we might need to push something else back if we do that though, but
Let's do 5 minutes.
5 minutes? Is
Yes.
everyone okay with 5 minutes? Or any opposition? We're gonna push something. We're not gonna go
Yeah,
past
we need to
6:30.
push
We're gonna table something, so don't worry. So we'll probably table looking ahead at this point. Okay, cool. We extended it for another 5 minutes. Let's get through everyone. So we're gonna go through Wistria. So Wistria,
Thank
you
you
wanna
for-
share anything? You don't have
No
to.
problem.
Yeah, so this summer was kind of all over the place for me. I did end up going to the wilderness in the Dells. That was pretty fun. Celebrating my
Nice.
friend's graduation. I was actually homeless for a bit, so I was living in a state park in a tent. Did have a lot of interesting experiences out there though. Like at one point I had a raccoon with rabies come into my campsite. That
Oh my
was
God.
pretty scary. Had to call the cops to come shoot it, but you know. I actually got into an apartment and I got engaged this summer.
That's so.
Yeah,
I love that.
it was pretty all over.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Yep, that's basically it though.
Okay, thank you, Wistria. I'm glad you're not with the raccoons anymore. So.
Definitely.
Yeah, so Wistria does love animals, just to also say, she has a dog, so that's good. Okay, so it's Angel, Maggie, Annette. So who wants to go first? Does anyone want to go first? Angel, how about you, Angel, since we have you on camera for now? Or are you able to share or no? Can you type something?
Yeah, I'll just work the whole. Okay.
He must be typing something.
Able to?
I'm at work, it's hard to talk.
Oh, okay.
So how about on?
Okay, we'll go, yeah, either Annette or Maggie. Anyone want to go?
Yeah.
Whether you want to go, share your summary real quick.
Maggie's got her hand up. I'll go after her.
Oh, I couldn't see I don't have the video on. Okay, Maggie, go for it. Share your summer.
Well, my summer, what did I do? Okay. I have a lot of activities that I was attending because my community, we celebrate graduations a lot and have like cookouts, barbecue. I took my daughter and her friends to the Dells, and it was the person that gave us that deal. And I did what else did I do? I did back in June I traveled to North Carolina, and a friend of mine's daughter was graduating, so. And what else did I do? Okay, I was helping Samba to campaign for the Senate. Unfortunately, he lose. I did a lot of conversing. It was a real experience. I wish
Samba,
I could
yeah.
share the pictures. Yeah, I had Shamba's t-shirt.
Oh, did he
We
lose?
had
Did he lose?
Yeah, he did
yeah,
lose.
Samba is a representative at the capital. Kai knows Samba and Annette and who else? Angel.
Cameron.
Cameron. Yeah, he lost. Was the primary, so I really had a great experience campaigning, going to places. We went to Stoughton and all this, like where District 16, he was representing District 16, so we had no post visits. And it was just good. I mean, we worked door to door, and we did have meetings, and we meet. I met the governor again, so we had some good time. That's
Yeah, a lot of
all.
people that know people. So thank you, Maggie. You had an eventful summer. Okay, Annette, we have about a minute. If you go a little over, that's fine, but see if you can condense it. I know you had a really powerful summer.
I always have too much going on. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So, personal growth wise, I attended the DAC conference, which focused on community leadership and self-improvement. It's actually a conference for people who are into coding and like cybersecurity and things like that. A good friend of mine went, got us tickets to this very expensive conference, and yeah, I tagged along. At the end of the summer, just kind of out of order, but this is what I was going to put in my slide. Obtained an internship with Ho Chunk Behavioral Health, so I'm interning this entire school year. Business journey, I took the idea that I shared with the Black Student Union in order to raise money to start a scholarship, and did a few vendor booths, and I felt very proud because I actually launched something and did something for myself that I really enjoyed. Family milestones, my son graduated from high school and now attends Madison College in welding. Yeah, my daughter moved up to middle school, so I'm very excited for her and also scared because it is middle school. Had a lot of quality time with my oldest granddaughter. I gave her a golden ticket for her birthday, and she was so excited about that golden ticket. I never knew a piece of paper could make a child so excited. But it was basically like, hey, let me know what you want to do type thing, and we're going to do it within reason, of course. I had to put that disclaimer in there. I took time and tried to work on my own health because I started having problems at the end of last semester with like drowsiness when I'm driving. So I've been trying to reflect and work on that, even though it's hard because I like to be a go, go, go person. Um, Personal emotional reflection. I lost my other cat. She was 20 some years old, so that was really hard.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah. So I had her since, oh gosh. Well, we got her when I think my son was born, but she was already an older cat then and she was being close to put down. But just the fact that she lasted that long, she was, I think, like 26 or 27 human years. And then
Wow.
a lot of you guys might already, or some of you guys probably know, I lost my, as I called her, Sadie baby cat, the cat that was with me during all my personal family drama, family members passing away. She died unexpectedly last summer. I really enjoyed a lot of downtime watching TV, 911, CSI New York, and I tried to unplug as much as possible. What?
Okay, you're my type. I just watched
Yeah.
911 all the time.
Yeah.
I know, I got to the whole thing, but I like spent a lot of, reflecting time on the couch is what I'm gonna call it. It really became unplugged, probably the most unplugged I've ever been in my life. Um, I think you guys, yeah, I can't. Oh, just my most exciting thing was being able to, at the start of the summer, I think some people already mentioned it, being able to get the Explore Historical Black Culture trip off the ground. I was feeling kind of shaky, like it wasn't going to happen, and then it did happen, so it was really exciting. And last but least, I have a planned trip to Puerto Rico this winter break, so I'm super excited about that. And I will be away from my like kids. Maybe one kid might go with me during the time period, so I'm kind of
I
excited.
love you.
Sister trip.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thanks.
I understand about to get into that casual thing. Okay. So now I must stand up in front of it. So thank you. That concludes the summer showcase PowerPoint. It went a little over, but I think it was worth it to get to know each other, learn about what we were each doing during the summer, and like make Senate for like just remember that we're people too, and that we're here to get to know each other on top of getting stuff done. So we will get stuff done. There will be long meetings and someone might go over. I don't think this is one of them, but let's have a quick conversation about rules for respectful engagement. Can you share that thing I sent you? Cool. I don't think I need this. We'll just. Okay. See, look, I can walk it out. Oh, did you see it yet?
No.
She's asking what happened.
But
Yeah.
there's nothing way to work with that. Like you have to keep it.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm aware. Okay. Wow, we don't really have this. Maybe we need to do this. Oh, there's nothing wrong there. I just read on this board here.
you could, it won't.
Is it not on computer?
I wish there was a place we could draw on the board.
What, can you use the electronic marker?
Can we? I'm no thing.
Try it.
No.
Alright. What are those buttons on the left?
Where?
On the physical screen, like on the left, those two red dots, like,
That's just stuff.
Oh, it's a magnet.
I only remember smart.
Wait, you want to type on it?
I want to like have a word, but there's nowhere to write on top of it. So I didn't realize it's gonna be like an easel.
You can just take a screenshot and.
Where I am.
Okay,
So if I put this.
where'd this go? Okay, so this is a conversation about having respectful discussions. So I don't know, this is something that me and Cole thought is something we should have at the beginning of the meeting. We're gonna have meetings where we might disagree, but this is like from Benjamin Franklin. That's like a tweet I found really interesting, or maybe an X, I think they're called now. So Benjamin Franklin approached this agreement. Listen first, show respect, find common ground, applaud praiseworthy aspects, and use diplomatic language. It appears to me as if obviously, but sometimes people say things and it's part of it's misinterpreted. Part of it's like how you are choosing to interpret it and not giving people good faith. The other part is like allowing other people to like, I don't know, just kind of walk all over you. So there's gonna be times where people say things that you might not like, but the general thing to do is to, take a deep breath. And obviously I need to work on this too, Annette, as you know, so Annette teases me about this, but just take a deep breath, stop and think before you do anything, and just really put some thought into your next words. So everyone needs to work on a little bit. I'm an example of someone that needs to do that, and that's why we try to do this. So in reading about this, I learned a lot about it. So we're gonna have some common rules for engagement. I thought we can make them together so that we write them down for next week and we approve them all together. So generally, what's a good way to be respectful to someone else? And we can just make all these rules together and we'll choose to follow them.
Listen.
Listen, so we can listen to what other people are saying.
Get it right.
Yeah, if you want to. Okay, I'll just be the.
If you moderate.
Yeah. Let me sit down.
Yeah.
Okay, so listen, just general listen. Okay, Beyonce. Okay, what else would be a good rule? Someone else that hasn't spoken yet. At the end of the day, we're gonna have everyone say something.
Annette has your hand up.
Annette, yep, so what's
I
your
just
spot?
want to add the word active on to listen or in the ing active listening because I just feel like it's more powerful.
Okay, so we're gonna write active listening on there. So it's like more of a verb, so more action behind it. Someone else, Cameron?
Mindedness.
Have an open mind, yeah.
Different walks of life with different opinions. It's nice to respect everyone else's.
Yeah, so have an open mind. I like that rule. And if someone says something you disagree with, stop and let them say it, and then we'll talk more about it, whether or not it should be on the list, because we'll come back at the end and talk about do we like this list? Okay, Layla,
Discuss.
discuss. Have an open mind and listen actively and discuss. Okay, anyone else? Hassan?
Patience.
Patience, that's a good one. Something I need to learn. Okay, and then, so we're gonna try and get through everyone before we come back to people. So maybe, sorry, we will come back to you, Cameron. Just hold that thought. Wistria, oh, okay, Wistria, were you, sorry, it's hard for me to see, but Wistria, can you?
Yeah, I was gonna say collaborating ideas or just in general.
Okay, so collaboration, that sounds like a good one. Okay, anyone else? Let's see, maybe, okay, Daniel?
Teamwork.
Teamwork, yeah. So remember, we're working together, we're on a team. Sure. We'll try and put this into a different kind of list that we can all approve next meeting, stuff like that. We're brainstorming here. I just want everyone to contribute something to it. Nohaya.
Be polite.
Be polite. Okay, that's a good one. Who hasn't said anything yet? Ibrahima and Yilong, so.
Avoid interruptions.
Void interruptions.
That's a
Yes.
good one.
That's a good, like, you know, kind of like a specific polite thing to do. Yilong, anything that you have?
Try to find. Wait, is it like a debate? Is it for debate or discussion or?
Really anything, yeah, that kind of thing.
I mean, if it's for debate, I'm going to say try to find the logical errors, logical flaws.
Well, we want to work together to it.
So,
So
yeah.
remember, because the way to win is, you know, that we're on the same side, right? We want to come up with a good idea, but maybe it's like,
Find
think-
common ground.
think about the, yeah, like, think about that, yeah. Does that work? Or does that not match your?
So I think I see what you're saying. So you're correct, this is not, we're not looking to debate, we're looking to have the open discussion of a disagreement. So I think when you're saying trying to find the logical flaw, the flip side of that for a discussion is try to find a common ground, at least an understanding, not an agreement. Does that kind of go with what you're thinking?
Yes, common ground or do more research.
Yeah, the logical
Okay.
side of it, like,
So be informative,
does that work?
does that work? You said seeking more information?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll write be informed.
And then, Nevaeh, do you have anything to add? You don't have to, because
Be empathetic.
that's a good one. Yeah, like polite, empathetic, patience, like that's kind of like we can put all those together later. There. Did everyone in the room say everything? I think we all did, right? Okay, yeah. Anyone else online want to share?
I think Angel put something in the chat.
What did Angel write?
Emotional empathy.
Emotional empathy, we'll add emotional to it, yeah. And we're gonna come together and like have a written statement that we can all like approve at the next meeting, because I just want us to remember that, you know, we all made this together and that we're gonna try and follow these rules. It won't be perfect, but that's what we're gonna do. So Cameron, I think you waited long enough, so Cameron, what do you want to say?
Be prepared.
Oh,
If you have some sort of talking position during the agenda, I would like people to be prepared to talk. Also another thing from last year that drove me crazy was if we have public speakers or guest speakers, let them finish before you ask questions, because they will probably answer the question by the time you're done.
Yeah, that's one thing that, you know, Cameron told me that like straight up in the first meeting, and, you know, I learned from that for the most part. I think unless I was asking a question just to clarify something in the moment, but for the most part, I tried to do what you said, I think.
I just think it takes away from the speaker.
Yeah.
It takes away from their time, on top of then they lose their train of thought, and they're like, where was I again?
Yeah.
And they can just take questions at the end.
So one thing we can do is just announce like, oh, let's hold off questions to the end, and we'll just say that.
Allow for full thought.
Do you also have one? I don't know.
Who said?
I was like saying, adding on to Cameron, like let people have their time to speak, like don't
Okay.
talk over other people.
Yeah, so like, allow for thought, let people kind of speak. Yeah, I think we can turn it into like a full sentence type thing, like rules for engagement.
Anything different? So
I
for
think-
those of you online, what we have is active listening, open mind, be willing to discuss, show patience, seek collaboration, teamwork, I'm gonna say teamwork priority, be polite, avoid interruptions, be informed, show emotional empathy, be prepared, allow for full thought, time to speak. Anything else?
I think some people online didn't speak, Stacy and Maggie. If you,
Anything to add?
let's try and have them go first before I'll come back to you, and then Maggie, do you have anything to add?
Did you say me or someone else? I'm sorry.
Maggie, we'll come back to you at the end, but I
Okay,
want,
yep,
like,
that's fine.
Maggie, Stacy, if they have anything. Maggie, you there? She frozen? Maybe you can type on the chat. Stacy, are you there?
Frozen on my end.
I'm here.
Yeah, Stacy, do you have anything you want to add to the list of like rules for respectful engagement?
I think everything has been pretty much said because anything that I thought of, someone else already mentioned it. Because I just think if you respect what somebody says and not get mad, I mean, you can try and say it the most diplomatic way possible and try not to be offensive. And someone may still take it offensive even though it's not meant to be that way. So as long as they can, I don't know, accept you and your ideals or comments, however, whatever you want to call it, then I think everything should be good, not to like attack somebody for their views. I think is what I'm trying to say.
I think I get it, like, understand people's intentions.
Yes.
Then intention and impact, so like, consider people's intentions or something like that.
Before the procedure section.
Consider intentions, what's that like, right, because I think that'll help people understand like where people are coming from. Okay, and one last thing, Maggie, do you have anything to add?
Yes.
Maggie, are you there? Okay, Annette, you wanted to add something, but Maggie, if you're there and listening, if you could add something after Annette. Maggie, do you want to add anything to the conversation about?
Yes,
you want to add something to the conversation, like we were coming up with a list.
You want me to what?
Things. So.
Just, okay, he has the question, so.
So Maggie, what we're asking is we're creating this list here, from what you've heard people state. Do you have anything you'd want to add as it relates to how to form like a formal discussion where disagreement may occur? Like, what would you want to include in that discussion so that there can be a formal, like, civil conversation?
Oh, it's just like getting to meet with the advisor, like both parties involved.
Okay, so, okay.
Yeah, like knowing how to use your resources, that sounds good. Well, this was more for like having discussion in a Senate meeting together, so we're just gonna talk about like knowing when to use outside resources.
It
And
should,
then
and I just want to add like watch the way you send emails to her.
okay,
Hello?
that's not quite on topic, but we'll talk about.
Like the way you write to, like, it's all under the show of respect. Like,
sure, be respectful.
and then the way you talk, because we are all from different backgrounds. Something might mean, communication can be different from the background you're from. Some things might be like civil, and others it might be offensive. Like, it's just to watch like how you just address someone, or how do you just put the words you put in what you're saying.
Sure, we have something up there about be respectful of backgrounds. Sound good?
You said what?
Be
Sorry,
respectful.
my connection is coming and going. You said what?
Be respectful of backgrounds.
Yes.
People's backgrounds. Okay. And then Nat, do you have anything quick to add? Oh, okay. What was it?
I tossed it in the chat. It just said, be present and engaged. Look at things. I didn't say it fully, but basically try and look at things from an inclusivity format so that, we're being inclusive to people and make space for each other.
Be inclusive, make space. You gotta make space. And then be prepared is like part of the present engage. Yeah, do that first. Sorry.
Oh, no, we have to be prepared.
Make space. Good. Prepared. I don't know if you just want to write like engaged or present and engaged. I don't know. Just use her words. I think it's good. I feel like we're like on top of it. We'll just try and use as much people's words as possible. But I'm pretty jazzed about this. I think it's really good to have this discussion. We'll come up and we'll try to come up with like one comprehensive thing that it's like in maybe like 5 or 6 like lines, like rules. We'll try and use some of these words to create something. And then it's something we created together. So we'll try and follow these rules. We'll do our best for it. So everyone might not be perfect, but the intention is that are we better than we were yesterday? I think that's really important. So where are we on time? Oh, got it, 6:21?
Yep.
Okay, where are we in the agenda? I think this was really important stuff. We might have talked a lot today, but it's the first meeting coming back from it, so it's. And we won't try and stay very long afterwards. Office hours discussion. Okay, wow, I'm doing a lot of talking here, huh? I think we need to talk about today. So the thing about the office hours discussion is that in the bylaws, it does say, I'm fine. Next week, I'm getting rid of the crutch, so don't worry. I won't be on this anymore. So for office hours, it does say that 1 hour needs to be in person, and we were trying to have a discussion about what does an in-person office hour mean? So for general senators, 1 of your hours is in person. And we were trying to figure out what that meant. So I think we're gonna have a bigger discussion about that. We kind of ran out of time today. So we don't want to make it so that you have to be like always on campus, but we want to come up with a set of things that'll count for being more present on campus. Because the whole point of Student Senate is to be around campus. And if you were doing things like, well, one thing that we decided is that, well, it's not the training period anymore. So we're not going to allow like, Senate Blackboard training anymore. We're not going to allow like reading the bylaws. Like these are things that you should know. So unless you're using it to create like a resolution or a bill, those things are no longer going to be in play for valid office hours counts. But other things like we really want to have a focus on like being at campus events, doing tabling, showing up to like the, what's it called? The town halls, and just like collaborating more with other types of clubs and just like making your presence known on campus. So that's the type of thing that we really want to encourage, and that is built into the Senate because one of the requirements is that it's in-person office hours. So I think another thing that could be is if you're just like in Senate and you announce that like if you want to have like an office hour that people could come and like you put your standard office hour in the door, we're thinking, okay, if you want to sit in the office from like 12 to 1, anyone could come in and chat with Senate, then it just has to be like announced about that. That could be your in-person office hour. You could do anything during that time, but if someone wanted to come in about Senate, then you'd have to talk to them. But one, it would allow people to be in the student life office / student Senate office, and then it'll allow you to get your event done. Other things would be doing things in collaboration with events. For an Ohio, it's pretty easy. If you want to find some way to get Senate involved with your IE events, I think it's a really easy way to get it done. Yeah, so if we have some sort of Senate angle involved there, then we can count that for it. But for you, it's really easy because you work with IE. So I want to take advantage of that partnership.
Yes, I don't want to stop you and interrupt you. I just put I have an event next Wednesday at IE, the 9/11. It is to decorate the IE for the Hispanic Heritage Month. So we have like some decoration and some kind of like Spanish snack and some juice. So you guys feel free to come and help us to decorate the IE. I forgot to mention that earlier. Sorry.
That's okay. So these are the types of discussions that once we have like a comprehensive list, then we're gonna change it up for what counts as office hours. So those will come probably like next week on that when we get that approved list of things. So they'll be approved in there. Obviously, yes, Elon?
Is the office hours going to become weekly now?
Yes, office hours are weekly now. Yeah, so in the summer it was bi-weekly because we met bi-weekly. It was summer. People aren't exactly there in the summer, so there's more flexibility. But now during the school year, it will be weekly.
2
So,
hours for the Senate and.
so
4
2
hours.
hours for general senators, 4 for people who are, officer level.
Okay.
So that's gonna be the requirement moving forward from that. Mhm. And it'll also be, attendance for your committee meetings will also be mandatory too. So that'll be good for that on office hours. So we are coming up on time. There's a lot that we wanted to do. I don't know where we at with that. Are people willing to stay behind to figure out their committee meeting times at the very least? Yeah, okay. So here's what I think we do. I think we talk really quick about the 9/11 and we give everyone that 30 minutes boost for sticking around after because it's gonna take 5 minutes to talk about 9/11. We talk really quick about committee meeting times and you all get 30 minutes for staying afterwards. Does that sound like a good exchange?
Then
on that?
I need to talk about WSG.
Yeah,
We do that first.
Yeah, we'll do WSG first.
Okay. So wait, we just needed to have like a motion to do that. So if that sounds like a good thing, we're gonna talk about WSG, we're gonna talk about 9/11, and then we'll do committee meeting times really quick. You all get 30 minutes. Oh, sorry, Annette, you have
I was just gonna make that motion to extend time. Did you say we needed about 10 minutes or 15 minutes? What do
We're
you
just
think?
gonna we're gonna cut some things out and we're gonna give everyone 30 minutes on top of for staying afterwards, if that's okay. Does that sound good in order to get business done? Who wants to make that motion?
I can make the motion.
Okay, motion by Senator Bissonnette, second. Any second? You okay with that?
I'm not seconded.
You're gonna leave at
I have
6:30?
to.
I'll second it.
And then.
You also need to leave? Okay, how about, you need to talk about WSG?
That's the only thing I really need to talk about.
Okay,
So I said do that first.
okay, I guess we'll talk about WSG and we'll
Okay.
just continue on.
That's fine. So just real quick, WSG. So WSG has its 2-day overnight meeting October 4th and October 5th in Rhinelander, Wisconsin at North Woods Tech. Is that what it's called?
It's Nicolay.
Nicolay. All right, Nicolay Tech. So it's open to anybody to attend. So basically, we are looking for folks who are ready and willing to commit, and I mean hard commit, because I need to get us hotel rooms tomorrow. So what you need to know, you would be gone starting Thursday night. We would leave from here Thursday night to travel all the way up to Rhinelander. We'll be there all day Friday, come back Saturday, get back here mid to late afternoon on Saturday. Travel and everything's going to be organized for you. Don't worry about that. Hotel's going to be organized for you. The only thing that you'd have to kind of plan for is some snacks for yourself, because there are some meals that are provided during this. So with that, I already have some commits from folks. If you've already told me you're committed to going, you do not need to tell me again. But is anybody here committed in wanting to attend the WSG meeting, knowing that we are leaving on the 3rd of October and coming back on the 5th? Any other commitments for that? And it's going to be unfortunately a hard commitment given our time frame right now.
I'm assuming that you have me,
Yeah.
Paula,
you
I'm
have to
assuming that
attend
you have
by-
me down, but just
Yeah,
in case.
Sylvia, Kai, Cameron. Yeah.
Correct. Going once.
We
Can
don't,
Sierra and I let you know a little bit later tonight after she gets off of work, so we can figure out if we can make that work?
If you can let me, as long as I know before 10 a.m. tomorrow, that's fine.
Okay, we can do that.
All right, thank you. Just shoot me an email.
Okay,
All
we'll
right.
do.
Thank you. Once,
So let me just also say this. So there also is really like whitewater rafting. It's really good team building. You get to go up to the North Woods in the pretty fall time. It's really nice color leaf changing. So if you
I've
like
already been there.
nature stuff, are you interested?
I've already been there.
Oh, you've already been there, so you don't want to go again? Okay. Well, anyone else want to go?
Angel, just send me an email if you're wanting and willing to attend, just so I can make sure I understand your comments. Shoot me an email. All right, we'll end it at that. So I'm waiting to hear back from Angel, will let me
wait.
know, and then Stacy. is
I think
here with
Lila
me.
also said something.
I will also have an answer for you by 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Okay, you'll let me know by 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'll be honest, if I don't hear from you by 10 a.m. tomorrow, my assumption is you are not going, just because I have to get
Yep.
everything.
I just gotta make sure to work out with work and stuff.
No problem. I'll
Okay,
just let
cool.
everybody know.
Okay, I think the last thing is that we should do is like, just everyone discuss their committee meeting times. And I think we can really quick talk to people that have to leave, and we'll just talk to the prior person talking to them. So let's all split up into our committees, and then you chat with them and figure out the meeting time that works.
Okay.
So you already chatted with them.
Already, okay.
Yeah, so-
Like, if I.
Wait, but you chatted with them. I think we know Art. You talk with him. Oh, Mark. So Abraham, you're over here with Nohaya, right?
Yes.
Wait, but he's with us
So-
too.
What?
No.
We were 210 something.
I
Yeah.
don't know who the legislator
Oh.
is. and I know it's
Maggie.
Maggie, there's
Maggie.
Angel.
Oh.
If it's
I think
first
Angel and
movement,
Brown.
that is very important for me.
Okay.
Both what?
Wait, so he needs to go first.
So.
Right after that.
I was gonna say,
About what?
it's Tuesdays and
Five.
Thursdays. I
No,
don't.
I would always. That's the only one.
12:45.
5 to
So.
Is that
But
later?
later, it's like an hour somewhere in there.
5:30.
It's fine. O'clock.
Monday.
Lunch to
An hour. It might be shorter and sometimes you can't pull, but.
Okay, yeah, what about like, it's usually.
What's your business?
Five to-
Yeah, so-
Okay, I think Sean.
Well, I have classes start at 2:30.
Good, then we're good. That's good. I'll talk to Leo about it. So you're good. You can go.
2:30.
Sorry, 1:30. And then we'll see, identify.
I guess I'm not sure if that works.
Wait, just confirm, sorry, I keep mulling this stuff.
The other times, like, that's honestly.
So do you need someone to fill that role?
So
Daniel,
have.
what I know about.
Yeah, I definitely.
Like, so I'm in class.
There's a finance committee, well, that's what it's going to go on, and we'll figure it out with time. So there's a finance committee that works with budgets and like the club approves like funding area for team development. Things like Senate training, they plan stuff like that. There's legislative affairs, writing bills and resolutions that make things better. Public relations and then social
advice says my available.
Probably.
But yeah,
You're interested in finance? Are you seeing Mondays at 5:30?
If not, like, I could do Monday.
Okay, good.
I'm free all day, but.
Hey, Elon, we're adding Daniel to
Fine, if we did something on one of those days.
Sure, so plan B is Wednesday.
Okay.
30.
Yeah, that works too.
Yeah, 5:30, 6:30 on
Wednesday.
Yeah. Okay, that was really easy.
Like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
And everyone else figured out their stuff?
1 o'clock, yeah, honestly, whenever
Okay.
works for you, if it's online.
Yeah, sure.
Stacy, be there?
Nahaya,
Yep.
what was the decision for the team
Oh.
development meetings?
We're gonna talk to
It is
Alicia.
Monday from
So,
4:30 to 5.
There you go.
That would be 30 minutes.
yeah, you can go. There's a camera.
I got.
Yeah.
And that'd be also weekly.
No,
So
don't.
week
What were you saying?
4:30
Yeah,
to
sorry,
5.
just like in the
So
beginning.
Mondays,
of the
4:30 to 5. Can you toss it in chat?
the
Are you
Wednesday,
on
okay.
the chat
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
Nahaya?
Based on that.
You good?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
I mean, I
On top of whatever Maggie and everyone else says too.
Sure.
So I worked really hard on it.
Yeah, it's around.
Like 2 hours.
Wednesday.
Oh,
I wake up at 4:49.
I can't do that.
Of like art.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yes.
Collages, you know, like cutting out from magazines and like you put together like.
Well, at some point, we'll run out of quorum and then you will be unofficially adjourned. So that's what's gonna happen.
See you, Tuesday, 10 a.m.
Love.
Tuesday, wait, what? Tuesday? Like, what is happening that, yes?
Where'd you live?
And then I live in like Dodgeville area.
How long?
It's like an hour drive home. Not
God.
ideal, but it's whatever.
Are you going to the?
I'll get that.
Sure.
You going on Friday? Yeah, I am.
Yeah, me too.
I'm bringing Lena. You signed up?
Yeah.
You Tuesday?
Wait, what?
Oh, nice.
Where?
You wanna come bowling on Friday?
Bowling?
Tomorrow.
Me, Lena, Daniel, Renee will be there. Tomorrow, yeah, it's tomorrow, yeah, Friday, tomorrow, yeah.
So we're meeting here and I'm going over?
We can, unless you have a car and you wanna drive yourself.
Oh,
Yeah, 'cause Nevaeh, do you wanna drive yourself or you want? You can drive yourself,
Is
okay.
there,
I
is
think I'm
there
gonna
any
be-
parking there?
There's parking there. Well, it's gonna be harder to find without me. I know where the parking is. But, oh, it's Friday. So
I
you
should
should be
just
able to
come
park.
here then.
There's a huge parking lot.
Kai, did we end the meeting officially?
So like.
It unofficially ends once enough people leave, so there's one.
Because he needs to report that,
four,
or?
5, 6.